The Africa I what? The Africa I want?
Indeed.
Isn't that the title of your program?
That is the title of my program.
We're talking to, for the benefit of our viewers and listeners today, would you kindly introduce yourself?
Listeners and viewers, my name is Tinashe Thompson Tererai Mpasiri. My parents and my grannies had to fight to give me names. That's why there are many T's.
Many T's.
Yes.
What's in a name, they say.
Absolutely.
So tell me, we're going to tackle two subjects.
Yes.
The first one is your is it your radio station or your internet radio station?
It's an internet-based radio station.
Okay. What is the motto of your station?
Your voice, your power.
Explain that.
Well, you find out that it takes one generation to be silent for the next one to be oppressed. So the moment you give your voice out there, you are heard and you cannot be silenced. So in essence, your voice has got power. It can move you from, it can take you from one place to another, or from one level to a greater level. If you decide to keep quiet, you must spend the rest of your life in misery and a prison.
Would you say your radio station is the publicity platform or arm of the 1873 organization?
Indeed, it is a publicity platform. If you might be aware that the 1873 is a platform for connecting, a platform for equipping, a platform for inspiring. So through the 1873 FM, we are able to equip people with information. We are able to inspire individuals with the messages that we give out through our platform. Like for instance, at the moment, we are busy reviewing a book titled Bridge to a Prosperous Africa. That book was authored by Mr. Mtunga Mawere. A Bridge to a Prosperous Africa, the role of mobile phone networks, firms and their actors. You find out that the book itself is a very insightful message. So in that message, as we discuss in the book, we are trying to educate the public that not only state actors are able to get things done on Africa, but individuals themselves can do so much done if they come together for a common cause.
What is Mr. Mutuma Mawere's role in the 1873 organization?
Well, Mr. Mutuma Mawere is a patron of the organization.
He founded it.
He basically had an idea, and you met like-minded individuals who had the same idea of a borderless Africa, borderless mindset, an inclusive Africa, an Africa without borders. Just as it was in 1873, Africa had no borders. There was no Nigeria, there was no South Africa, there was no Zimbabwe, there was no Egypt. Africa was one. So that is the idea that we have as 1873 of a borderless mind, whereby everyone in Africa can work together for a better Africa, for a progressive Africa, for a prosperous Africa, despite their color, despite their gender, despite their age.
So, Mr. Mutuma Mawere is the founder, is the patron, and to a large extent plays a critical role in the sustenance and the direction of the 1873 network. How do we, as a constituency, as a people, pay homage, say thank you to a man like that?
Well, that's a very, very...
I would like to hear from you.
Wow. Through the 1873 network, we have also established what we call Salute the Living Legends, where we honor today's heroes who are still living. You find out many people are mostly honored when they have gone, when they are 6 feet down. That's when we find ourselves honoring them with so many flowers upon their graves. Yet very little has been done in honoring living legends. And
so you have a Living Legends Honors program. Have you honored Mr. Mawere yet?
Certainly, Mr. Mawere has been honored on numerous occasions when we have held events.
What do? You give a certificate?
He's been given a certificate as a way of honoring for all the contributions that he has done for the network itself.
Okay.
Yes.
How does one go about becoming a member of the 1873 network? Is there a membership drive?
Definitely. It's so simple to become a member of the 1873 network. The easiest way to become a member of the 1873 network is by visiting our website, and it's www.the1873network.org. There you can register as a free member, but we also have 3 other different membership packages that one can actually select.
Namely?
There's the individual, and there's the director, and then there's the corporate. Yes. So all these 3, they come with a different membership subscription. You find out for the individual, it's 1,000 rands per annum. For the director, it's 5,000 rand per annum. For the corporate, it is 10 to 20,000 rand per annum, depending on which particular package that they would want. Because you find out all these different memberships, they entitle you to different benefits. We host different events where we bring about people, and certain events we have even head of states coming through.
And the funds raised through these initiatives, how are they then deployed for the benefit of, is it the members or the different communities?
Oh, it's the members themselves.
Okay.
As us as the members,
Okay.
we have to ensure that our network is viable. Whatever the network needs is catered for by the members themselves.
Okay. So, before 1873, Africans used to live and work anywhere they preferred in Africa.
Absolutely.
So, the AU,
Yes.
okay, so far, if you take the last 5 years,
Yes.
what would you say is the most significant, according to the 1873, the most significant accomplishment or development of the AU, so far, if you focused on the last 5 years?
Looking at the last 5 years, the African Union has done so much, but in line...
Can you be specific?
I'm getting there. But in line with the 1873, what the African Union is pursuing and that it has managed to do is to bring together an inclusive Africa, whereby states themselves are coming more together to achieve the Agenda 2060.
Did you play any role towards the I don't know whether it has been implemented, we understand, at the gathering this weekend in Kigali, the electronic African passport was going to be looked at. Did 1873 ever had a meaningful contribution to that idea?
Well,
idea of an African passport to be adopted by the AU?
Well, it's... Mommy! I can safely say that as the 1873, we did not actually partake directly in the adoption of an African passport. But obviously, as the 1873, as we make an awareness of a borderless Africa, certainly considering that we have a global platform that we make our awareness, such ideologies are even being implemented.
July is designated as a Mandela month. And your founder, or our founder, Mr. Mutumadziva Mawere,
yes,
has consistently, through various platforms, for instance, the African Heritage, played a critical role of a networking nature in bringing people together, Africans in the diaspora, Africans at home, African leadership, thinkers, and so on. I remember attending, partially helping to organize an event where the founding father of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, was honored.
Indeed.
What is your understanding in the 1873 of the Mandela Month?
Well, as far as the Mandela Month is concerned, I can say even Mandela himself is concerned. One value that we share greatly as the 1873 network with the late Nelson Mandela is that all people were created equal.
At this stage, I would like to bring in the patron of the 1873 to talk about the Mandela Month.